Uh, this is extremely unrehearsed or unplanned, so I'm just going to get into it. Um, Donald Trump making friends with everyone these days. Donald Trump not even promised everybody on every side of a square made promises. Donald Trump has made promises all the way around a circle, and he's strangely keeping every promise to everybody that's even contradictive. I suppose that's how you win in business. So he's made promises ever. Donald Trump's wife, Melania, the hands, is transgendered. Yes, and many of Donald Trump's family, or people that at least stand on podiums and stages next to him, are blatantly fully up transgender people. This has always been a massive thing in American politics, American TV, American business, everywhere. Trannies, they love trannies. Most of the Grease cast were all men. Lots of movies you wouldn't even be aware of have always featured transgender people in them. Nobody noticed or cared about this at all whatsoever until very recently when trans rights were started brought to the fore. Trans people did not give a flying holy fuck about yous all recognizing and respecting them and accepting them. They could not care in the slightest what you think. Absolutely 0% believing. They'd like to fit quietly into society and not be noticed at all. They'd like to get work and they'd like to be professional, and they'd probably like to be teachers and really intellect. They're very clever people, usually very, very, very talented and very intellectual people, and also very well endowed, just to let you know, because they're so comfortable in their own bodies. I realise that men that go around acting as manly and toughly and asserting their masculinity as possible probably have very tiny genitals and have to account for that and go around asserting their masculinity all over, where people that are actually extremely, extremely, extremely well endowed are so comfortable they actually become women. It's interesting. So Donald Trump has always been about this. American government's always been about this. In the Democratic Party, like Kamala is probably a man. Or Barack Obama's sister, brother. Everybody likes The Matrix, that was made by a couple of trannies. Everybody likes Gladiator, that was made by a couple of queers. And also, the lady in the red dress in The Matrix, just to let you all know, that was one of the Wisconsin brothers. Yeah. Movie magic, that was one of the Wisconsin brothers in drag. The lady in the red dress. It's amazing what you can do when you got a film budget. So yeah, in the Democratic Party they usually run as politicians, and in the Republican Party they usually serve as tranny fucking housemaids, little eunuchs that bring them lots of power, and they learned this from the Vatican. That trannies are very unique and actually very angelic in a way. They can be. There's lots of different types of people in the world. There's lots of different types of trannies. I hate that word, trannies. There's some like we're just fetish cross-dressers, and then everybody gets bunked with the label of a fetish cross-dresser, and very genuine people have to live a very awkward and weird life for the sake of other people, which is one of the worst things you can possibly do in life, is spoil your own life and sacrifice your own lives to keep the other stupid people around you happy. You'll be on your deathbed one day and you'll turn around to your great-grandson and you'll say, "Carpe diem, my young friend. Seize that day. Don't let people get in your way. Go out there and live your dreams and make sure you do it. Don't end up with remorse on your deathbed like me." And the kid doesn't really know what he's talking about, or she's talking about, until they, spoil their lives and get there themselves. And then, they feel really stupid wasting their lives maintaining social, approval of really stupid, narrow-minded people around you. The world is full of very, very stupid and narrow-minded people all around you. Everywhere I walk in this country, just because I have long hair, like Irish, and I look Irish, very Irish. Every lad in this country calls me a queer or a faggot. While they're going around wearing big black PVC bubble jackets that you'd see like the Spice Girls in back in the 90s, and that just got trendy. And while they're not like going shoe shopping together in JD Sports, all the boys together, they're all wearing their new big black shiny PVC bubble jackets, which is like, properly asserting their masculinity. But the lads just copped on and start doing it. So all the lads start doing it in their real manly autonomy and prudence. They just start copying each other. True manhood. Um, yeah, on your deathbed, may as well get there now. Um, so they've always looked trannies. So Trump has been called out because he has such a big redneck following, and actually the rednecks like trannies as well. There's probably lots of trannies down the redneck. So I don't like saying this word. I call everybody intergendered or on a spectrum of intergenderedness. Um, I can get very philosophical into this that masculinity and femininity are both equally intercontrived. That men actually decide what women are like, and women decide what men are like. Like women dress the way men want them to dress. So we're always constantly appealing to others. So there's not really manhood in itself or womanhood in itself, because we're always constantly dictating and deciding and trying to appeal and appease one another. So it's a very weird thing to even say what is a man or what is a woman, because we both decide. Men and women both influence each other, and whatever it is something intergendered. Women wear jeans all the time these days. That was an abomination back before America. Poor little Annabelle Dixon, was seen on the shores of whatever the fuck it was, Wisconsin, over the lake. Um, and they thought that she was like absolutely a slave, or they were very concerned for her health and well-being, that a woman was being forced to wear trousers. um, it just wasn't right. It wasn't holy, it wasn't natural. The Pope probably wrote letters. It was a very big deal back then. Walking down with your apple bottom jeans and your boots and the fur, and nobody really thinks she's a queer, because she is a queer, really, wearing apple bottom jeans and boots with fur, and got the whole club looking. Why are you wearing a coat in a club? I don't know. The boots are fine. I don't know, it's weird. So they've always there, but Trump has been called out quite a lot on his tranny involvement. Really funny moment I was going to put in. Trump was getting up on stage, and because he's always so endorsed and very tranny friendly, he's dealing with it in a strange way. He stood up next to, I think I actually started because I noticed a swimmer was transgendered. I can kind of notice these things or see these things. Nobody else would notice or see these things. I noticed, and I didn't even say it to anybody. But it's just the way the world is these days. Because if you are on actual, honestly, and genuinely transitioning, you're going to be swimming your little heart out, aren't you, dear? You're going to be swimming your little heart out every day. You're going to be turning vegan and swimming, and you're going to be living a very healthy lifestyle and working very hard, and you'll probably become a very good swimmer. And because you can probably become a very good swimmer, you might want to compete, and you get told at that point then you can't compete, and you're not allowed to compete, and there's no changing room for you, and you're actually a weirdo. And despite the amount of social acceptance you've had up until now, we've now decided that you are actually a freak of nature, and you should probably just disappear. To help all the narrow-minded, stupid people around you get by in their day-to-day lives without feeling strange. When you push homosexuality, or even you push drugs and things under the social radar and try to get them to go away, they turn really bad. They turn really nasty. Like, they go into dark places, public toilets, and they get very criminally linked up. And then they usually get very angry and, turn a bit taxi driver, and might want to voice their opinions in some sort of way. Or like Arthur Fleck was kind of posing as some sort of queer in the movie. He wasn't really queer, but like he just had a kind of queer demeanor about him that got him in bullied and stuff. Probably wasn't queer. Like that it matters. I just really don't know why lads hate queers. Anyways, it's not like they're gonna run away with your women. Like, I'd be worried about all the other straight lads running away with your women, your best friend running away with your girl. What's a queer guy gonna do? Take her shoe shopping? And if he does take her shoe shopping, that's something you don't have to do. So you're just not be like, oh, what could you not get loads of gay friends there, honey? Just get loads of them. That'd be fucking right. Actually, if every man in the world was gay except me, that would be fucking legendary. Oh, that would work out so well. Why do I hate the queers? Oh, they give me such better odds, and God knows I need those odds. Alright, so yeah, he's been busted or called out, and again he has to make promises all around the table, despite the fact that Milena is transgendered. The reason Milena is transgendered is because me and my friend Luke have a really funny joke. We're both really fucking clever. He's way more clever than me, but yeah, we have really good fucking chats when we ever get to see each other. Take me to your leader. And you shoot the leader. Now I'm your leader. I was like, I can't believe they brought us to their leader. This first thing they say is, take us to your leader. And I was like, yeah, I'll show up anywhere. Like, take me to your leader. And I'm like, this is our leader. Now I'm your leader. I'm like, oh, bring him to the leader. The other one we had was take me to your leader's wife. Troy, Helen of Troy, Agamemnon, steal their wife, and you can get away with their birthrights. This is why Kate Winslet, is it Kate Winslet? Kate Winston, whatever her name is. Kate, no, it's Kate. Hello, Kate. Yeah, she's like the public wife. Kate is the public wife of the Windsor, your man William. Public wife. Because, when lads are sitting around, oh, I want to bunk Mrs. Stanley. And they're going to covet his wife. And gypsies out there, and there's going to be plenty of gypsies in England, plenty of gypsies all over the world, are going to start coveting their wives and screwing with them. So they have to have a public wife. Milena is this public wife that Donald Trump has. He only got married to her for the sake of his political career. I thought it was interesting. He was a single man, but nobody trusts a single man for some reason. They seem tyrannical. So he couldn't really have a female wife because everybody would be coveting her. So the joke is to have a tranny wife, so that everybody that tries to covet his wife, spiritual sex or whatever, gypsy magics, they're bonking a tranny. And they'll all get AIDS. That's what's the mad AIDS epidemic is happening, because everybody's having weird sex in heaven with Miley Cyrus, who was an AIDS-ridden tranny. Another tranny. Maybe not Ariana Grande. I'm thinking Ariana Grande, but I think she's related to the Pope. She kind of has Pope's eyes, and might have been a child prostitute turned pop star, because the kids go to mass, So we need to get it out there somewhere. Iggy Azalea, that Rubber Bandit song. He's in the Ra. Mel Gibson. He's in the Ra. I love that song. I'm just thinking about it later because everybody in Ireland claims to be in the Ra or know somebody in the IRA, which it doesn't even really exist. But it's just a thing, instead of blah blah blah, he's in the Ra. Just go through a big list of blah blah blah. He was a tranny. Blah blah blah. He was a tranny. Is he a Zala? He's a tranny. Who's that other one with the big gigantic anaconda appendage? Again, proving my point. And the Iggy Ho. No, not the Iggy Ho. Iggy Azalea is a tranny, Australian tranny rapper. There's that big one with the anaconda thing. The really big one. I'm gonna fucking bait you now. Can't remember her name. They're all trannies. They're all trannies. The Disney Club aren't trannies, yes. Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera were actually ladies. Other than that, I think they're all trannies. Every pop star. And America was mad about this for a very long time. Tranny mad. Up until the age of wokeism and the exposure. Like I was saying, trans people don't want to be noticed. They're very happy working silently and discreetly in society until this great amount of attention has been brought upon them now. We must be accepting. It's they're probably no, really, we don't care for your acceptance. We just want to get by and not be noticed. But everybody, even the pro and the negative side, then have dragged them out and been very bullysome and very insensitive. And either way, they're being very annoying to the transgender community, I imagine, because they don't want to be known. So helping or not helping, you weren't helping. So yeah, he's got a lot of grief over this now because he's probably been called out on having a transgendered wife or transgendered family. What is that one's name? No, I almost had it there. Izzy. It's not Izzy or Iggy. And I know it's an anagram as well. Katy Perry's a woman. No, just in case you're wondering there, Katy Perry's a real woman. But she got nicked by the Illuminati for being such a little cute Catholic choir girl or something. Or a cute Christian product, or a cute Christian. They just had to have her. I can't remember. The one that did Anaconda or whatever the fuck her name is. She's in the Ra. They're in the Ra. Anyway, so he got a lot of this and he had to make promises on every side. Despite the fact loads of his family. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. He was up there next to Trump was up on the podium next to an apparent female athlete, and he's like, "Look at all that crazy this is. Like, I'm just going to show you." And the girl stepped in. She's like, "We need to keep women's sports just for women." That was a transgendered person that said that. That girl with the blonde. Like every news presenter in America or every TV presenter is probably trans as well. There was a blonde girl with big doughy eyes that was up next to Trump, and she insists, "We need to keep women's sport for women," because she already is a female athlete. She just wanted to have loads of her medals revoked, but being revealed as transgendered. So this is the thing that Trump's gone with now. He's saying there are no such thing as transgendered people. There are only male and female. So this is how he's writing it. He's rewriting it. So all of the people under his cabinet or under his thing, that were transgendered are now either male or female, as in to say he has no transgendered people in his cabinet or in his life. They're all either male or female. They can probably declare themselves as completely female, but it will be on their birth cert or it'll be on their travel documentations that they were born a male. It will be on official documentation that you were born a male, but you will be registered as a woman. So that's what he's done. He's gone about. I'm fairly certain, anyway, I'm not certain. I'm fairly certain he's just gotten rid of the grey section altogether. He's made it a polemic, and he's made it polar, and he's saying that his wife is a woman. Just to settle everything, just his wife is a woman. His wife is not transgendered. His wife is a woman. And so when he even shown the picture of them like holding hands, like, no, look, he's actually trying, the fireworks and all, because they're not married, you know. She's very committed to the cause and all, imagine. So like, she actually is a very nice person and works very hard and actually is very caring. But yeah, blatantly transgendered. You know, I saw her hands on a bar in Phuket once. Blatantly transgendered. I don't care. You know, I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck at all about it. Even if like it was just for strategical, political reasons, or he actually does like transgendered people, and it's none of your business either if she is. I'm just saying that there's a lot of uproar, and now everybody else like, yeah, we ought to be like America and get rid of all the trannies. I was like, oh Jesus, no. Yeah, they're not getting rid of all the trannies. They're actually just dealing with it in a very pedantic or bureaucratical way. Anyway, as usual, I have a solution. And it's not even about female sports either, because women are just as capable and strong in sports. Like, the female of the species is way more tougher than the male. Way more tougher than the male. They have a genome built in for childbirth and pains. The pains are going into being a woman, no man would even know. Even a woman getting dressed, I think, and walking down the street with a handbag can be extremely fucking painful, and they have to do it with this very pleasant face on them. While men just slob around, getting hairy and fat and living as comfortable in their sweatpants as they like. Yes, they do a much more higher threshold for pain and endurance than men. And this is, I think, if you live on a soya diet like the Vietnamese or something like that, or you know, very tough as well. Viet Cong, tough little fellas. So this is my solution. As usual, I have wonderful solutions. You know, like, I don't know why people call me Hitler. I have wonderful solutions. Yes, I have a great solution for this problem. So hear me out. It's not even about the sports. It's not. It's about toilets. It is just absolutely, nearly, almost entirely. The only other thing about it is, you know, making people question their question what they've accepted so far into their lives. Like when people had to accept homosexuality, it wasn't easy. It took a few generations. It took like about 20 years for people to die off, basically. For the old dinosaurs to die off, and a new wave or generation of people to accept. And then it wasn't, you know, in public benches or public toilets or squashed underground or hidden and ugly and disgusting. It was very nice. And like, hi, I'm Brett. He's Kent. I'm a lawyer. He's a fitness instructor, which means I'm the honest one. He's the fat one. Stop it. We have a barbecue every Sunday, you know. We have a little gospel group that we do, and then we have a big barbecue every Sunday. We have a blow up bouncy castle there. We don't have kids ourselves, sadly, but it's just there for any kids, and you know what I'm saying. It's a nice thing now. Where it was something that was filthy, depraved, disgusting, lewd, and public toilets. Fiends are going out. Blah, blah. Yeah, no, and it was that, and then. So anyway, it is just a matter of toilets. You know, we need to keep, you know, these fetish cross-dressers out of female toilets. A female toilet is a place for female sanctity, and yeah. No, there are very genuinely transgender people out there. I have 10 years into like massive amounts of I don't know how to say this, visions and things. I can tell you that people are girls sometimes inside boys' bodies. I see their names, and they have a girl's name inside a boy. They have a girl's name. So inside their heads is actually a girl, person, character. And they shift and change quite a lot, these kind of things can. They redevelop. They're to do with the relationships and kind of things you have in your life around you. But it is a real thing that people do exist. They might lose it. They might have it for a certain amount of years. And it might change depending on the people and the relationships in their life. But boys and girls do have boys and girls, different names and minds. I see it. I know about it very much, so it is actually a real thing. Not that you're going to believe me. But yes, this is actually why I was homeless and I was trying to get a job. I was trying to get a gig because I play loads of David Bowie and Lana Del Rey and stuff. I was like, I want to get a job in the gay bar because the gays are nice and friendly, and I have loads of that kind of music that they'd like under my belt. And I was making friends in the George, and I made friends with a guy who was married to a woman. His name was Chris. He was very friendly and very intelligent, but he just felt that he was gay, not gay, but he was gay about himself. Like he wasn't self-repressed or acting or keeping up some sort of narrative that was expected of manhood. He had a wife, he was married to a woman, but he was kind of gay about his life himself and his marriage and his wife. Like he wasn't like cheating on his wife knew where he was. He was just gay about it. And he was like, dressed well. And he was just acting freely, without any social things being put on to make him act in some sort of way that everybody else wants him to act. He was just acting however he wanted. I thought it was very interesting. Christopher, yes. Great handwriting as well, yeah. I got his number. Yeah. Does again, friendliness. Yeah, he was married. Pardon me. Excuse me. That is black. Okay. So yes, I'm sorry, painfully getting here long. Finally, my solution. Sorry, not a final solution, but finally my solution. It's about toilets. Yeah, it's about toilets. And he's could basically say the trannies go off and pee in the woods with the Pope, who also wears a dress and has a collection of eunuchs. Eunuchs are little boys that have their genitals cut off so they don't go through puberty and remain in this sort of angelic in-betweenness. Yes, angelic in-betweenness. And they can sing like little angels, yes. I have my balls, in case you're wondering about my big voice that I use for screaming all the time. Yeah, it's about toilets. It's a very simple solution. Very, 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 very simple solution, and I think it's just going to make everybody happy. Female toilets are for women. Toilets are for women. Male toilets are for men. Nobody wants to build tranny toilets because men will have to accept these things and have to do this. So what we get to do is we get everybody to build their own toilets entirely, explicitly, and nobody else is to be involved. So so trannies, we get loads of tranny. We get tranny architects, we get tranny builders, we get tranny tilers, and the trannies build their own toilets. It's probably going to be really nice. It's probably going to have like lovely big purple gold and marble and like, Chanel air fresheners and, perfume and nice seating place with a silky sofa to have and a free kind of makeup area where it's just like, and, they'll have things and courtesy seat things and everybody's, and it'll be, probably the nicest toilet on earth. And it'll probably be the envy of all the other toilets. And everybody will start coming into the tranny toilets, particularly the women. And it's like, sorry, what are you doing in our toilets? These are strictly for transgender people. And all the girls will want to like sneak into the tranny toilets instead because it's much, much nicer than their toilets, which are built by men. Then we get the men to build the men's toilets. And when the men are building the men toilets, they'll probably just turn it into a sports bar. It's like, well, if we're building the toilet, we may as well put a bar. There's no point having a toilet. We may as well put a bar and a toilet. So it'll probably turn into a sports bar. Or, a very common place where people go to take coke. And they may as well start drinking and have a toilet and take coke. So it may as well turn into a sports bar. How we get the women to build their toilets. Straight up. Female architects, female builders, female plumbers, female tilers. And we get the women to build specifically the women's toilets. Because, they'll turn around to the men and say, why don't we have toilets like the trannies? And it's like, oh, the trannies build their own toilets. Well, will you build us toilets like the trannies then? And it's like, no, everybody's building their own toilets, darling. Everybody's building their own toilets. So, yeah, I can imagine lots of girls, like, linking arms and going off into the forest quite often in this future. I see, and it'll just become a girly thing that they get to go for a little walk off into the forest and have some little girl time and come back in. Yeah, so yeah, that's just my simple solution. Everybody builds their own toilets. Men build their own toilets, trannies build their own toilets, and women build explicitly and entirely their own toilets. Because, like, only women know what women want and need. I accidentally stumbled into a female toilet in UCD because it wasn't really well marked. It was just in an open forum. I was like, why do people want to buy towels for a cent? I was like, that's such a weird... Didn't dawn on me till I was like just nearly walking out the place. Oh, fuck. Yeah, pardon me. Why was... Because I wouldn't have known these things. If I was building a female toilet, I wouldn't know how to build a toilet for a woman. Women know what women want. Women know what women need. So let the women build their own toilets. Yep. Simple as. And tranny toilets are going to be the best envy of the world, Men won't really care. Women, I'm not going to say it. And, the trannies will just have this fucking beautiful fucking best music on, fucking beautiful tiling, perfume, and yeah, everybody's going to want to be breaking into the tranny toilets. How come we don't have toilets like them? It's because they're built by trannies. Like America was probably built by trannies, and America's great. And most of the trannies do are absolutely fucking... Actually, it's a Sylvia Plath saying that I had. Dying is an art, and like everything else, I do it exceptionally well. Yeah, trannies, I say, being feminine is an art, and like everything else, they do it exceptionally well. You'll notice that about trannies, they're actually extremely clever and diversely minded. And it will build a much better toilet than all of you. So, ladies, best of luck in your alone time out in the forest. I'm sure you'll do a wonderful job, using the old pine cones to clean your arses. Because women know what women want and women need. And women need men to build shit for them. So until women build their own shit, stop calling them your toilets. Alright, final solution, yeah. Yeah, very clever, very simple solution, yes. Thank you very much, yeah.